Okay. Yeah.
Our meeting starts now.
Good evening, people. My name is Marshall Jogora, also known as Marshall. So I'm a volatility, in fact, synthetic indices trader. So today I'm going to teach about channels. I'm not going to take long, but I'll try to explain much further. So let me share my screen. Let me share my screen. Hold on. Right. Hold on, it's asking for permission. Hold on. Can you see? Is it showing there?
Yeah, it's showing. It's showing.
All right. So when we are talking about channels, some
Um,
traders say,
sorry. Wait, now we can't see it. It's showing only the Zoom part of it.
all right, is I'm on Zoom.
Okay.
So when you are talking about channels, some traders say the market moves in a zigzag manner. It's just a way for people to understand. So let me go to my notes and try to. So when you are saying the market moves in a zigzag manner, we are talking about when you are in an uptrend, the market moves just like how Miss Donald was explaining yesterday, impulse, correction, impulse, correction, impulse, just like this. So when we are talking about channels, we are talking the use of trend lines. We join trend lines on the top and the bottom of our, we are joining the higher highs and the higher lows when you are going up. Just like this, you are using trend lines. We join up from the top and to the down. So for us to have a proper channel, you have to at least have 2 or 3 touches on your channel. Let me show you an example of some of the pictures I have here. We're talking about the channels. So when we are trading with the channels, we have 2 types of channels. We have ascending channels and descending channels. The ascending channels forms only, or we see them only when we are looking for sales, and the descending channels are for buys opportunities. So before we move on, I would like to state some of the things you are going to talk about. We have also continuous patterns, which are small channels, which we find in between the channel or outside the channel is our re-entry points. So when you are trading with the channels, we have only one rule, which is we wait for breakout and retest. So let's, without wasting much of your time, let's go to MT5. I demonstrate what I'm talking about here. As for me, I trade only V25, V100, and V50 for my own personal reasons. So let me rotate my phone. All right. So for a better and a strong signal, you have to use higher time frames. I recommend H4 mainly. So before even trying to take a trade, you have to also to go to bigger templates like week 1 month. You first check for if the market is going up or down, because on these small time frames it can show you that it's about to go up, while if the thing is still in a strong sell, it will be just a reversal. So we are talking the use of trend lines to make channels. Let me demonstrate here. So we are saying for you to have a proper channel, you have to at least get 2 or 3 touches. 2 or 3 touches. Just like here. So we are talking about the first touch. Let me put the bottom one so that people will understand it clearly. This one, the bottom one, it doesn't really matter. It's only effect that we have to see it, how we have to put it. So here we have our main channel. This is what we call a descending channel. So we are talking about 2 touches. Which one? This one is our first touch, and our second touch is here. So we are saying when you are trading using channels, you have to wait for a breakout. Breakout. When you are talking about breakout, we are talking about when the candle closes above, when it's a descending channel above the channel. So if like here we have this bullish candle which closes above uh, our channel. So as for me, or let me just say, for you to have a good entry, you have to at least have 2 or 3 reasons to take a trade. For example, here, my main reason, my number 1 reason here, number 1, I'm going to take this trade because there is a proper breakout and retest on my channel. Number 2, I have a double bottom. You can clearly see it. First leg, second leg here, and then neckline. It have broke our neckline and come back to retest our OB here, which is going to be our third reason to take this trade. So, for example, on this pair, we have 3 reasons. Number 1, breakout and retest on our main channel. Number 2, double bottom. Number 3, retest on our neckline and OB. So so this is our descending channel. Let me check V100 if we have an ascending channel. All right, let me see this. All right. On this one, I'm going to use a delayed chart because it doesn't seem to have a proper setup at the current time. Let me. All right. So this is ascending channel on H4 time frame 300. So in this scenario, you can clearly see we have a head and shoulders breakouts, but no complete retest. So in this case, I'm going to take you to small time frames, like H1, and we check what happened here. Now we're on 15. All right. Let's go back to 5. Yeah, so on 5 minutes time frame we have reached. So I'm going to tell you this for a sniper entry, you have to use small time frames. Or if you have small equity, you have to use small time frame. So you go to H4, you first go to week chart, you check for trend, you go back to H4, you draw your channel. After drawing your channel, you go back to 5 minutes or 15 minutes time frame, you look for your entry. So we are looking at here, you can clearly see that on 5 minutes time frame, we have a retest there, a complete retest, a breakout and retest here. Let me now show you how to make re-entries. All right. So for re-entries, when you are talking about continuous patterns, those are the correction move, which Mr. Donald was talking about yesterday. Which one are these? This one, these small channels. The same rule applies on these two. The same rule applies. They are just channels also, but they are small and we call them continuous patterns. So these ones works is our re-entry point. For example, we have our first trade here, first entry here. Then we are going to have our second trade, our second entry. Here. We have another channel here. Let me see if it can connect. Right. All right. All right. All right. So on this one, let's just see if we have a proper breakout and retest. Let's go back to M5. This one we don't have. Let me go back to M 1 minute. If you can. Give us no. So on this one, we don't have a clear. Where is it now? On this one, we don't have a clear breakout and retest. So where are we going to take our entries here? We have our main channel. On 15 minutes time frame, on 5 minutes or 15 minutes time frame, it's our main channel. But when you go back to H4, it will be a continuous pattern, which will be a small channel. So this type of channels, the continuous patterns, only get them on 15 minutes time frame. That is, if you want quick entries. On H4, you can have them, but it takes time for them to show up. So let me see if we are going to have an entry here. Let me try to, pardon me. So on this one, we are going to wait for another continuous pattern, another small pattern here. But unfortunately, 1 minute time frame can't take us back to this setup. Otherwise, you were going to see that it have a retest on this small channel, which is the one we're going to use as our end point. So let me try to analyze another pair, V50. If we have a proper setup again, V50. All right. So on V50, we have a channel also. They are promising. So on this one, we are going to wait for a proper breakout and retest. So if it happens that this thing is going to turn from where it is right now, going down and break this channel, we are going to have, let me see if, pardon me. All right. So we are going to have about 2 reasons why we are going to buy. It will form a head and shoulder, then breakout and retest on the channel. So we have 2 reasons, then we enter the market on this space. So I'll update you if you come into my inbox. I'll update you how it's going to, when you are going to enter this pay. This one, D50 and D25. They are promising. So the advantages of this thing of channels is because there is no time you will say I can't enter the market now because the market, I don't have a proper setup. Why? We have these continuous patterns. Let me show you the correctional moves. We have these continuous patterns inside the channel. So you're waiting for your channel for a breakout in the retest, but then the market is not coming back or is not breaking the channel. For example, you are here. So what you are going to do, it's forming these small channels, and you just have to draw them, then wait for breakout and retest again. You end up buy again. You wait for another small channel. Here we have another one. Wait for breakout and retest, then you buy again. Let me see if we have another one. Here, if you go back to H1, let me see how it will show up. We have this channel here, this one, but I don't know if it's going to connect correctly, but let me try. I don't know if I'm not confusing you here, guys. This one is not, it doesn't have a proper retest. Let me check on small time frames. All right. it doesn't have a proper retest on all time frames, so we consider it invalid. So you have to put in your mind that for you to execute your trade, you have to at least have two reasons or three. It's either chart pattern, support and resistance, or OB and breakout and retest on your channel. Um, let me try to yeah. So on this pair, let me go back to H4. On this page, you can clearly see that on H4 it's showing that we have a complete breakout in retest. And then we go back to H1, it shows us that it's forming a small channel. So how are we going to make use of this small channel? We are going to draw it again. Let me draw it. Then after drawing it, you go back to, all right, on 15 minutes time frame, yeah, we go back to small time frame. So this one is ready to go, and it's about to buy, because on 15 minutes time frame on our small channel we have a complete breakout and retest, and even on H4 it's even confirming that we have a breakout and retest also. So this one is ready to buy, and we also have a double bottom. So for today, I can say I have tried to enlighten something in your trading chain. I don't know if I have confused you or if you have any questions. If you still have time, you can ask me. I explain more further. Say Kuda.
Okay. Okay. I'm going through the chat box. So far, there's no questions from people that are there, but I can hear people that are saying we learned a lot, and then some are saying you're the best. Some are saying channels are a big deal. So I don't know, guys. If you have any questions, I think this is the right time you can ask them, because at the end of the day, you want to have a proper understanding of the things you are learning, right? So I'm currently waiting for people with questions. So far they're just, guys, I can see people saying, thank you, this is very clear. Thank you, can I have his number? Okay, I'll give you his number, don't worry. Maybe if you can summarize briefly your presentation. Then there's someone who's saying, can you please summarize your presentation briefly?
All right. So let me just go back here. So we are saying when we are talking about channels, uh, we have two types of channels, which are ascending channel, which is this one, and we have this one, which is descending channel. This descending channel is only for buy opportunities, and this ascending channel is only for sell opportunities. So when we are using channels, we have one rule, which is we have to wait for a breakout and retest on the channel, then execute your trade. But also we have another point which says you have to at least have 2 or 3 reasons for you to execute your trade. It's either you're going to have a chart pattern, or you're going to make use of the OB or support and resistance, even Fibonacci, it counts here. The other thing, we have also small channels inside the channel or outside the channel, which we call them continuous patterns. We use them for our re-entries and yeah, only for re-entries. Pardon me, for TP and the stop loss, you just use the next support and the previous resistance. Maybe it will be good, or yeah, you just use your own proper risk management because it depends with how your equities. I don't know if I briefed the topic clearly. Hello.
Okay. So guys, I don't see any more questions from here. Then there's someone who asked you, do you have any PDF in colors?
No, currently I don't yet.
Okay. And then there's someone who also asked, can we there's someone who asked as well. Okay. Okay. Can I just add on something? I think for this guy who's not understanding.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So I don't know if you can. Okay. So unfortunately, I cannot share screen sharing because you haven't allowed me to share my screen. But maybe you can give me the right so that I can show one or two people.
All right, let me try. Will I make you host again?
Okay, no problem.
It's done.
Okay. So allow me to share my whiteboard. I think we can all see it here. So basically, in a nutshell, from my own understanding, what he's saying is when we are trading, we have what we call channels, and price moves in those channels, right? Now, for you to be able to tell whether a channel is getting broken or not, usually it fails to break the previous high, then it breaks that channel, right? We have what you call a retest, whereby price breaks the channel, comes back to test the trend line for that channel, and then it falls. For you to be able to say that you have a channel, you have to have at least 3 points that anchor price. 1, 2, 3. Then we can properly say we are now in a channel. And the way that this channel is broken is it's broken going sideways. Why? A channel that faces upwards is broken going downwards, and the channel that faces downwards is broken going upwards, right? So when you break a channel in an upward direction like this is what I understood. You break, you have a retest, and then you continue, right? Now, just adding on, this is an addition. There's someone who asked about fair value gaps. You can have a channel like this, and when it breaks, right, the retest usually happens at your area of a fair value gap, and then it taps in that area as a retest, and then it goes up. So you can use that as your entry. Or let's say we are in a downtrend, let's say we are in an uptrend, right? This is your channel, as I understand, 1, 2, 3. The area of your fair value gap again can be here. And when it comes for a retest, it retests on that fair value gap and line, and then it falls, right? So I also understood that when you break a channel, you can have a channel which goes downside like this. 1, 2, 3. We are focusing on these 3 moves. 1, 2, 3. And when you break that channel, right, your next take profit is this point, take profit number 1. Your second take profit is this point. Your third take profit is this point. This is what I understood. So now he also said something about there's something that said about the time frame. So you can also have a channel which goes downside like this. And when that channel is broken, we can also have another mini channel, which means that we have broken and now we are continuing with the direction that our channel is broken from. Right. Even in the event of a downtrend, of an uptrend, we can also have a channel, right? And when it breaks, it gives you another small channel, which means continuation, and then it falls. This is what I understood from what he was saying. I was listening very carefully. Is this it, Mr. Marshall? Hello? Oh, sorry, I think I have muted him, so he can't hear me clearly now. So otherwise, let me add him and ask him to verify whether what I'm saying about what you were saying was okay or not.
Yeah, it's correct. It's correct. That's it. That's it.
Okay. So our meeting is now about to end because of time. We have limited time left, so it can just end at any given point in time. So for Mr. Marshall FX's number, I gave you that number, and now I'm going to call it out again so that we take it and then we try to communicate with him. Is +7 +263 787 006 440 +263 787 006 440. So what we are going to be doing now is we are going to be opening our Telegram channel. We summarize the whole